I navigated to Kungal. It claims 6% at Kungal. Really? Are we gonna make it there? That's 310 kilometers away. Well, let's find out. Well, we have to wait a little bit. It's now 9:22 in the evening. Yeah, and then we get ready for the challenge.ดีนะครับโอเคตอนนี้เราใช้ sexy up นะครับว่า enhance อะไรเนี่ยมันมี sexy button เราไม่มี sexy button ไม่มี sexy button มีแค่ command นะครับเดี๋ยวเราก็ดูข้อมูลได้นะว่ามันกำลังทำอะไรบ้างมีกี่ kilowatt hour แบตเตอรี่วนแค่ไหนนะครับแล้วก็เราก็ navigate ไปหา supercharger ที่มันอยู่310 กิโลเมตรจากนี่มันบอกว่าจะไปถึงก็เหลือ 6% โอเคเดี๋ยวต้องรออีกไม่รู้นะอีกครึ่งชั่วโมงครึ่งชั่วโมงนะก็จะเริ่มนะครับตอนนี้3:24นะครับโอเคไปแอลป่ะ Yo shit is going down tonight yeah let's see let me get ready there's so much stuff I need to prepare oh well, thank you very much Eric you're probably here right okay let me see let me write down the notes here okay the mic there. Oh, sorry. It's going to be 21 something. But it's still topping up. But it's like it's charging at 1 kilowatt. It's almost pointless right now. So I'll probably stop charging and then go for it. Well, I can. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have? There, 100% now. Charging complete. Oh. Yeah, okay, well now we go. So it's gonna be 21:27 then. Yeah, start 21:27. We're gonna reset some stuff here, get everything ready. There. Let's see. There. Reset. This trip. Yes. Okay. Turn off the lights. Auto. There. Okay. Since charge is car drive. Yep. All right. All good. I'll go for it. We'll close the gate, and then that should be 27 by the time we roll out. Well, close enough. So yeah, shit is going down tonight. There, 27, more or less 27. Okay, now we go for it. So let me check here. Wait. Dynamics. We go for standard, not insane. Okay, and then sport. No, sport. No, standard. Alright, okay. Set some stuff here. Okay, microphones are in position. Cables are ready. Right. So we have to do a weekday run. So welcome to the live stream. So this is the bigger battery. I did a charging test today. It could maintain 250 kilowatts for a little while. But then a strange thing happened is that it started throttling. It seems to be more. It seems to go slightly slower than the old battery. So it will be interesting to see what kind of speed, what kind of time we get then. So, well, hopefully I can get back here before morning stau happens. But I also saw that we're not supposed to have much traffic, much Baustelle tonight. It's actually tomorrow night that some of the roads are closed and stuff. So, well, I guess that's good, but there's some traffic, so as usual, we need to deduct for some kind of slowness. But I also did a noise measurement, and this car seems to be quieter. Maybe because the adaptive dampers, they are actually softer, and they actually dampen some of the harsh road noise. It is quiet, the quietest Model Y we ever tested, despite that it has 21-inch rim. I think it was 21, or was it 20, 21? I don't remember. I have to check again. Oh, yeah, okay, there's already some slowness here. Does it sound okay now? Well, if I can't make it to Kungal, then at least well, I can't go to Spekkerud. That's not V3, V4. Hogstorp then. Suboptimal, but what else can you do, right? Yeah, dude, like it sounds actually quite nice and quiet in here. What do you guys think? This is some impressive shit. Let's hope that we don't get pulled over by the police again. Okay, I promise this time I'm not gonna hammer at 120 kilometers per hour in the 80 zone, all right? good. No, I've been busy. Picked up the car yesterday, and then I went last night on acceleration noise test. But the noise test needed to be done in the wet. There was no other option. It's just wet, lots of wet nowadays. And then today I went on a range test plus charging test. But I might have to redo the charging test because the Sexy app closes when I leave the car. That was a bummer. I left the car at around 80%. I had to go to the grocery. Read tomorrow morning before I return the car. Seems to be an important test. So yeah, interesting. Stay below 100 and it says actually 111 kilometers per hour. Wow, it is being that accurate to arrive 6% at Kungal. Well, we'll see. And I probably have to charge somewhere between 40 and 50% only. That's the best time, just like most other Teslas. But there was a weird dip I had in the charging speed, so I wonder if the battery is too hot. But it was also like before. It hits around 58 degrees Celsius. So if I preheat it, it will preheat it almost to 50 degrees. So, well, I just have to trust that the cooling on the Tesla is good enough to be able to deal with this. What is it, chat bugged again? Let me try. It's silly that it defaults to its face cam. Yeah, it is bugged. That's why. I mean, you guys should be a lot noisier than this. Sound is okay. Let me see. Wow, there was a lot of chat here. Both okay. Bad sound okay. Blah blah. Hi Björn, good okay. Yes, new battery. I measured 77 point something kilowatt hour. 77.3 kilowatt. I was like a little bit hammering-ish. So I guess if I took it easy, I could maybe get closer to 78 kilowatt hour. But the Enhanced app reports actually 78.5 kilowatt hour down to 0%. Save, blah, 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 okay. No pulley, yeah. Man, guys, no joke. I ordered a fox toy. I'm gonna put it on the roof during some of the challenges. It's gonna be hilarious, man. One EV to bring them all highs, okay. Yeah, blah blah. No prediction. Well, according to my calculations, it's supposed to do it in 9:50 50 or something according to my not so good charting session. I was like, huh? That's a lot slower than before. Before I did it in around 9.5 or something. I don't remember exactly. So this is a 12-hour taxi shift. Wow, that's crazy. Tesla Model Y standard had premiere now. That was the okay. That's what the so it was just a freaking just a rim they were spinning, right? Yeah. So Rune, how is the standard 72 kilowatt hour? Okay, NMC. Okay, wow. I'm surprised it didn't slap down some LFP instead. Wouldn't that be cheaper? But yogurt on it at 6.66 pounds. So thank you very much. Out the police are just trying to catch up here, blah blah. Viking Brothers, Okay. Right, there you go. Are these new standard Model Y coming to Europe? I did the range test also, so, but it was wet, and then I averaged around 160 watt-hour per kilometer, and then 210 something. So I guess in the dry, you should be around 150 and 200 watt-hour per kilometer. So it's not the most efficient, but given that we have 255 and 275 tires, then I think that's pretty good. And it was only 12 degrees Celsius. That's 225. Okay. Oh, they already tested it. Wow. Well, I heard that there's manual adjustment of the side mirrors. How the heck does that work? Well, we're on the move, and the starting time was 21:27. Yes, we don't wait for the next 5 minutes. It's going to be deductions anyway. We are already stuck behind some slow pokes like this BYD tongue, but we just deduct for that at the border, and then we see. So yeah, it's just some wet part nowadays. There's just a lot of rain. Yeah, we are in the monsoon time now, right after Amy has been rushing over the country. But at least there shouldn't be any closed roads tonight. Okay, เราเริ่มนะครับ3:27นะครับเราไม่รอถึงอีก5นาทีหรือว่าอะไรนะครับเราก็เริ่มตอนนั้นนะครับเพราะเราคงต้องหักเวลาไปนิดหน่อยอยู่แล้วมันมีรถบางคันขับช้าหน่อยบล็อกเลนก็ไม่เป็นไรตอนเราไปถึงชายแดนเรารู้ว่าเราน่าจะใช้เวลานานแค่ไหนแล้วเราก็แค่บวกเวลาไปอีกนิดหน่อยที่มันเสียไปแล้วนะครับแล้วก็ตอนนี้ก็เช็คดูนะผมได้เช็คแล้วมันไม่มีถนนอะไรปิดนะก็ดีแต่ว่าช่วงนี้มันฝนตกเยอะนะมันเป็นหน้าฝนที่นี่นะครับแล้วก็มันก็เพิ่งจะมีพายุนะผ่านนอร์เวย์พายุเอเมียนะฝนตกเยอะเลยก็แปลว่ามันอาจจะใช้ไฟมากขึ้นนิดหน่อยนะครับCurious it will go, with terrible charging curves. Wait, we're talking about this battery, right? Yeah, it seems to throttle earlier than before. So actually, from what I've seen, this bigger battery charges slower than before. Like they pull a classic Ioniq versus the 39 kilowatt hour Ioniq. So, we'll see how this car performs. Or maybe, but maybe that's usually how Tesla does it. They release the new battery, and then it charges kind of slow. But then after 6 months, when they have more data, then they unleash the power, right? But yes, autopilot. It's good, nice and smooth. I only experienced one phantom brake today. We'll see how it goes now. We just document this. People want to see this shit anyway, the challenge. I'm going for it. But to return the car tomorrow morning, so quite busy. I just have the car for 48 hours. And yeah, rumor about the better charging. Okay. But at least this time I just have a Model Y. It just blends in with all the other Teslas. And it's not that spectacular. It is red. So I don't know. You know, I'm gonna show you guys that I believe the spot where the Polizei was lurking, they tend to follow the same habits. Like I've seen them before at the ramp on Ayonti Dal, also Circle K Dal, many times because I tend to go there. And we're getting close to Lindeberg, where they supposedly saw me hammering it. 19 inch, right? The bigger rims. Yeah, it's a dangerous spot there. But my only concern is that I have a bit of bad stomach today. I don't know, man. Try to avoid gas station food. And then, wait, it must have been at Pizza then. Or maybe something else, but I had a pizza from Coop. Notice being more sluggish compared to But yeah, I mean it's a bit more comfy. They soften it up, even in sport mode. It's not like rock solid, you know. So yeah. Okay, here we come to the 80 zone. Let's hammer at 120 kilometers per hour, shall we? And then, well, when I did the 0 to 100, okay, here. This is called Lindeberg. And there is a ramp to the right here. In that playback, you saw that there was a white Model 3 that accelerated on the ramp. So I believe I've seen them many times. They tend to camp at this ramp. And then they probably saw the G spot and they're like, oh, that guy is hammering it. Let's follow him. I'm like, I was just following. It was like this, just like last challenge. And I just happened to have a freaking leaf in front of me also, just like last time. So I'm just cruising along, you know. And you will soon see that I'm going to be overtaken by a Mercedes. We try to catch that. There you go. Is that unmarked police? No, it's not. Oh man, this is freaking silly, man. When the new behavior is that there is only a single click for autopilot, or you have to choose in the menu whether you want autopilot or adaptive cruise control, right? And when you turn the wheel to cancel autopilot, you don't get the adaptive cruise control. It just turns off everything. It's like, man, what the heck is that shit? Dude, Tesla used to be good. They fucked it up. Okay, I know this stupid scroll wheel, man. It registers my clicks. So many times I click to cancel the autopilot, it doesn't register it. Or sometimes I click to enable autopilot, it doesn't register it. But still, they at least bring back the 1-2 click behavior like before. Now it's freaking silly because many times the auto lane change doesn't work, and then I have to break it out of the autopilot, and then Maybe Enhanced guys can fix this. Wait, why did they change speed there, dude? Gigabalim seem quite busy. Yeah, so they pulled me over. I was gonna exit here, right here, because I feel like it's safer to go in there and we can have a little chat in the side road instead. No. Halt! There! I'm like, oh, okay, dude. Alright, just have to get back before the morning stau happens at Mortensrud. And then this Model Y Performance weighs 40 kilograms more than the previous Model Y Performance, so it gained some weight somewhere. I'm not sure what it is. More soundproofing, the adjustable dampers, slightly bigger battery. So it's the two 140 now versus 100 before. Okay, are you gonna? No, okay, just no, freaking annoying people. Okay. But when I did the acceleration test, I got 417 kilowatt, I think it was, peak, which is around, how much is that, 650 horsepower. It was just slightly more than before with the other version. So, yeah, heated up, but I had 93% state of charge or something, and battery was at around 50 degrees Celsius. It would have been in perfect stellar performance mode, right? So yeah, but it also, well, I mean, it was wet. Yeah, it was actually wet and raining. So could it be that the car was holding back something? But I didn't see any slip icon or anything like that. So yeah. And I tested before. It was MC Hammer. Even in the wet, on winter tires, it would just go like a rocket, because these cars are relatively light. Oh, okay, it was 560 something horsepower. Yeah, I think it was around 570 horsepower peak. So, well, I mean, I feel like it's not that fast. Nowadays, I test so many Chinese cars, they go like a rocket. I mean, I wonder if even the Neos are faster, like the EL6. Did the G actually show errors and fall speed? Huh? Of course it would. Dude, did you not watch the video? Well, it didn't show error, but it showed, I mean, like I showed in the video, at the border, it was showing around 8 kilometers per hour error. It actually, the faster you go, the bigger the error is in kilometers per hour, which means that the percentage is probably fixed, right? So I suppose there's just some kind of wheel combination there that triggers that. Usually slightly too small wheels, yeah, would trigger something like that. Yeah, now we have freaking Nissan in the left lane, and this is why we need to deduct for this. I had to flash at some BMW earlier today on the range test. He was just camping in the left lane at the same speed as the other guy on the right lane. You know, so after about 30 seconds, and I got fed up and I flashed a lot. I was looking for the strobe feature, but I think the strobe feature in the sexy button, you have to bind it to an action, a button. Yeah, there's some Baustelle here. Oh, is there? Oh, merging. Okay. Well, the merging happened in 700 meters, so you should use both lanes all the way there. Well, I mean, there's not much the manufacturers can do. If you, for some reason, go slightly below the specified wheel size, then you will usually get that kind of errors. But it's still legal. At least in Norway, you are allowed to use, I think it was 5% smaller wheel or something. I don't remember exactly. It's still legal, but I mean, the physical result of that is that you just have more error in the speedo. Wish there would be a way to actually compensate for it, adjust it, like some kind of offset you can set that, okay, you know. That'd be great. Yeah. Yeah, I know. They are required to show. They will never show wrong the other way. But usually, just 2 to 3 kilometers per hour difference. I test hundreds of cars, right? Apparently, that policeman, he knew better than me. I could, you know, he wasn't that old. So I could have been his father. Yes. Now this is the interesting part, because it actually, this is a SIP merge situation. But some people, they believe that, no, but we are in the right lane, we have the right to go. No, it's a SIP merge. You're supposed to use both lanes all the way. But I know Norwegian Nissan, they are just being super annoying. Okay, he's being a good boy. Okay, good. Now we definitely need to deduct for this slowness. Wait, is this? Oh, it's accident. Because when I look on the map, it's like, okay, there is no planned works here. Okay, but it seems to be an Unfall. Is that an e-Golf that is crashed? There's a soul there. Like, is going on here? A Leaf and an e-Golf. Okay. Right, they can just merge quickly, then we can get out of it. Oh, okay. And it's also important to get quickly out of this stau. Otherwise it becomes slower for everyone else behind you. Well, look who's hammering, look who's late for home, for dinner. But it was just a couple of minutes delay. Just correct for that at the border. But like, dude, seriously, guys, I've been testing so many cars lately. Just a couple of days ago, I tested the Mercedes EQS SUV Maybach. Wait, do we have any Germans here? Do I pronounce Maybach correctly? It's supposed to be Maybach, right? Maybach. Not Maybach. No, but Even the Maybach is kind of annoying because you need to turn on the car if you want to make some function in order to enable the cup heater, cooler, or do something else. Huh? Why do we need to turn? It's an EV. Shit, man. Okay, thank you. So it's a nice car, super comfy, the Maybach, but it's kind of annoying here and there. But okay. And some other cars I tested. Actually, and even the Smart was kind of weird and a bit annoying too. The way it operated. Plus that the 4G didn't work in the car. So I'm like, oh, what the heck, man? Then I have limited features available as guest. And the heck am I supposed to do now? Okay, just survive it then. But then I get into Tesla, and it's not like, it's not like I'm used to Tesla. No, because I don't drive a Tesla on daily basis. I don't test Tesla that much versus before when Marcus Biel was kicking ass for the Lord. But everything here just works so smooth. I had to go pick up a jacket downtown Oslo today, so I had to enter an address quickly. And then let me charge the battery, charge the phone, just put it on the wireless pad. Big screen, easy to navigate, and just the smoothness of the throttle when you accelerate and decelerate, the regen, everything is just really well tuned, I feel like. And I feel like many other cars I test nowadays, even expensive cars, they haven't tuned it perfectly. Especially the throttle tends to be mistuned, It becomes hard to drive smoothly. But I'm still missing the other stock, the gear stock. Well, okay. Fortunately, with the sexy button, I enable the right scroll wheel to be able to change gear and put the car in park. So actually, Enhance is able to help make the car better. Oh, Felix, yeah, he's a true-blooded German. Man, my illness is still not. Well, I mean, I don't have a fever anymore. But dude, on Saturday, oh Jesus, man, I had 38.8 degrees Celsius fever Saturday morning. I was like, oh, fuck. Ugh. So I was gonna do some EQS Maybach action. And I was like, okay, well, I had to put that on hold. And the only way to do the test was on Sunday night. And Amy was raging, but it wasn't that bad in Home. We had only 9 meters per second wind. Well, I mean, I'm Tesla Bjorn for now, but I'm Neo Bjorn otherwise. But too bad I haven't generated any views yet. I wanted to get some points so I can go buy some more cookies at the Neo house. So nobody used my code to even do a test drive. So I guess no cookies for me. Well, how are we cooking now? 185.8 watt-hour per kilometer. Well, this car I measured over port by 1%, so we had to count to 1010. We'll of course get a more accurate measurement once we stop now. I measured over 150 kilometer on the range test. Well, you phantom brake here. Gee, man. No, I'm on 18 inch. What? I'm on some 20 inch, I think. But yeah, Neo's a nice car. I have an appointment in about a week or so to switch over to winter tires. So yeah, I did the 1,000 kilometer challenge there. That was great. Not sure what else I'm supposed to do with the ET. Yeah, no, I have an idea I want to do. Maybe I'll do it next week, this weekend. I'm gonna charge the car to 100% at home, and then I drive over to Cleavage, and I top back up to 100%, and then I swap the 100% and I get a 90% battery, and then I charge that battery to 100%, and then I swap again, and then just see if I randomly get if I can get a third battery, or there's only 2 batteries in there, but I want to see if I somehow manage to top up all the 3 batteries to 100%. Do they discharge them, or do they actually leave them there? I don't know. Wow, that bus is hammering it. And also, yeah, when I have time, I want to measure more batteries. I suspect that the 75 pack is a better deal, especially if you have a ET5, or if you don't drive that far. Because I need to do some calculation, like bang for the bucks over there, right? But it seems like the net capacity on the 75 pack is in percent more, versus the claim 75 versus the claim 100. Because actually, it's quite cool that for 100 kilowatt hour, you get only around 88 or 80. Like, I think I've got as low as 85 kilowatt hour. Most other 100 kilowatt hour batteries, they have around 90 net capacity at least. Tesla even has 92, right? So I feel like, okay, you pay the price for 2,000 NOK, but maybe you can just get away with 1,500 NOK and get the 75 pack instead. Wait, in percentage, 2,000, 75% out of 2,000 is well, that's 1,500, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, actually, so it's 1,500 versus 2,000. So then it boils down to how many kilowatt hour do you actually get? Yeah. But it seems like at least the 75 pack, they have consistent 140-ish kilowatt charging. There's no bad batteries there. The slow batteries, they all go at 140 or 139 or something. You don't get 115 like you get in the Gen 1 big battery. So yeah, I did go for the 75 pack instead, or the standard range. But maybe, okay, if you have an EL8, yeah, that's kind of thirsty, then I feel like kind of need the bigger battery. Drag coefficient, this Tesla is grok, I guess. Well, with just some initial traffic, so at least the rest is flowing quite well. What? Huh? Now the car claims 14% at Kungal. Really? Okay, man, I wish they had this variable there. I need to do the calculation myself. 71.4 minus 3.7 is 68.60. How much is this? I have around 68 kilowatt hour. 66 something kilowatt hour left to down to 0%, and then we have 248 kilometers. Okay, let me do the math here. 71.2 Okay, distance to 247. I have a budget of 273 watt-hour per kilometer. Whoa, really? Dude, that's a lot. 273? We are hovering at 171 watt-hour per kilometer now. Okay, now I believe it. Yes, 14% on arrival. That sounds highly plausible. But then if I don't charge there, then the next possible charger is kind of far away, unless I use the 600 amp chargers. What do we call again? The Circle K chargers, the truck charger, or the 600 amp. That would be in Mölndal. Wait, maybe I can reach Kungsbacka. Wait, do they have charger at Kungsbacka by now? Not sure. Two new cars, cheaper Model 3 and Model Y. Oh, it's a cheaper Model 3 also. Hey, that sounds more interesting. What kind of Model 3 is that? What is that? 69 kilowatt hour pipe, huh? Model 3 standard. Wait, how about, isn't that just the standard range, or what? Or is it LFP? There is this 62.5 kilowatt hour standard range Model 3, right? But maybe this is a stripped down Model 3. But I mean, even the SR Plus or the standard range was already quite good. It's a new model, but I mean, it's based on Model 3, right? Okay. "17-inch wheels, what? Single pane glass. No matrix headlights. Fabric, okay. So just a cheap down Tesla. Wow, they're really attacking the lower price market also. Well, I wonder if some people want to go for that. Because actually, when I think about this, the SR Plus was very well equipped. Motorized lift gate, electric adjustable seats, front and electric steering wheel. You know, like lots of goodies actually for that price. I always consider the SR Plus to be the best value for money in that price range. You can get some slightly cheaper cars there, but then you're giving up on lots of those goodies. Well, maybe it's time to bring out the salt battery. It's getting salty, yeah. Teslas, they're so efficient, they could just slap down 50 kilowatt hour, no problem. And you see that it doesn't need to charge that fast. People don't care, they just want to drive around. As long as it charges faster than the Citigo E, then we are happy, right? Faster than 38 kilowatt. If you can at least go 100, 150 kilowatt, then that'd be great, yeah. Man, the sodium battery is gonna revolutionize everything in the world. Like, every home will have a salt battery. And like, places where you wouldn't think a battery would make any sense. Yeah, okay, well, at least as long as there is no space or weight limitation. Whoa, what's that? I thought there would be no Baustelle here tonight. Or maybe that's just on the ramp. It seems to be only on the ramp. Still gonna take it easy here. Okay, let's go. Now, man, I would love to have 200 or 500 kilowatt hour home. Do we have any Thai people in here? I just want to ask Thai boys some questions. Okay, status update. 78 kilometers done. 182.5 watt hour per kilometer. Man, we are below 200. Wait, dude. Wait, are we running the same efficiency as the CLA? 225 kilowatts still. And what? Really? Wait, that's quite schnell charging. Oh, there we have some. Okay. The first gen ZS EV, the 44.5 kilowatt hour. I mean, how cheap are they now second hand? Because with the introduction of, for example, the Jayco 5, I mean, that is like it's a game over, man. Jayco 5 for 500k baht, and you get around 60 kilowatt hour and spacious car. It means the second hand prices must drop like a rock. So the ZS EV, do they go for 300k baht nowadays, or is it even less, 200k? And who would pay too much for a car that is 5 or 6 years old now, and a smaller battery than the Dolphin even, right? Maybe, I mean, but they're still good cars. You can drive from Chengdu to Chiang Mai and back again, no problem. Could even do 2 runs. It also seems to not degrade that much. Oh, the cap's on! Cap's on! Oh, cap's off. Cap's on! Yeah. Attention assist! I found some other shit in Mercedes that was also always in. Like, didn't tell them that maybe that looks weird. Well, I'm surprised to see on the roads now. 10 in the evening. Okay, just semi-busy around Oslo, that's it. Promising, can't wait for my arrive next week. Okay. Wait, what? What are you gonna get? Are you gonna get this performance? Well, we'll see. But seems like when it comes to charging, it's gonna be a bit face palm. Well, I think for once my charging video might get some views. People are interested to see how it performs. They just need yet another trustworthy YouTuber to verify that the charging speed is shite. Well, unfortunately, I'm running out of time since I have to return the car tomorrow. I could try to figure out if the battery is rapid gating. Our performance, okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just that it was like before. Seems like no major improvement there. But like I mentioned, the car feels really nice and quiet. And when I measure it, even in the wet, it was quieter than any Model Y ever tested. It was like on par with an Aria or something. It was actually quite high in the list there. Quiet ride, comfy. It's not like a bucket seat racer like that. It's just okay. You have the performance, but it's just nice and comfy. More like a BMW i4 M50, you know, that kind of performance. So I mean, overall, it's a great car, great looking car. I'm really impressed of how Tesla was able to tune everything to work great and feel great when you drive it. And of course, with sexy, with a commander installed, I don't have to disable the speed limit warning. So that's just so smooth. I get in the car, I start driving, bam. But whenever I get in Neo ET5, there is clumsy. I have to disable the lane departure warning, the driver attention thingy, monitoring, and the speed limit warning. 3 clicks, click. Scroll down, you know, and then I have to also double click on the driver profile, because it always resets to the comfort mode, and it always resets the regen to normal, but I want high regen. But I put it on my custom, but it doesn't remember the custom, and I mean, even it's like my car, you know, meaning that I'm the main user there. It's not Prestebil user anymore. And same with the Mercedes. I did disable some stuff, and then the Mercedes also resets to comfort mode, but that's fine. Most other cars, you have to, before you start driving, you have to click and swipe down or something, and then disable some shit. But not in Tesla, just get in and go. So they might not have the fastest charging, but they are by far the most efficient out there. Like we see now, 187 watt-hour per kilometer. Damn. Okay, well, corrected is around 190. But it's in the wet-ish or damp, moist. Or should I say juicy? The Commute V2 is laying here ready for the, Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, even if you don't care about the sexy button or all that stuff, just get the commander and install it, and you don't see anything. It's just in there doing its job, and you can actually, and then you can see some charger stats, and you can enable the manual preheating. So, I mean, for people who don't want to sink too much money or don't like put lots of stuff in the car, just get the commander, and it makes the car way better. Okay, yeah. And people always say, oh, but you know, lol, but it means that the car was already flawed when they designed it. Well, but that goes for all the other cars I also test. Would love to have some kind of commander for other cars also to make them better and less annoying. Yeah, the speed limit, yeah, it is. But you get so much more nice features with the commander. And the fact that you also can also look at the stats there, you know? So, you know, wow, it's a no-brainer. Like, if you get a Tesla, get the commander. I would personally have a couple of buttons hidden here and there. Probably put one button on each side of the steering wheel, and then maybe one behind the screen. Maybe actually on the corner of the left and right lower corner of the screen, maybe. And then a couple of buttons here and there would not hurt. But then I'm not that big fan of the knob. But I know the knob is super popular. Yeah. So what does? Well, the stock. Yeah, I would actually put the sexy stock on the Juniper, so I get the gear shifter, and I could use it for something else. I don't remember. Yeah. But yeah, Anton from Enhance, he told me that the sales of the Enhanced products in Thailand is not that high. Makes me wonder. They sold all the stock. Wow, really? Well, so he said that maybe they will work out some special discount for Thai people. Yeah. Okay, but maybe he thinks that the Thai people, they don't want to spend too much money, or they don't have too much money to spend on it. I was like, no, that can't be. No matter which country it is, whether it's Thailand or Norway or US, there's always these guys who spend a lot of money on car accessories, or including Tesla and Tesla accessories. Sondre, my driver buddy, you know, he was installing some articulating screen on his Model 3, and he added lots of stuff. He lowered his Model 3, got some rims, he's gonna get a new Laser Elite LED bar. He's talking about 31,000 lumens. I'm like, dude, what the heck, man? The old was only 16,000 lumens. Like, yeah, so he spends money. Lots of people there would spend money on car stuff. Oh, Carson noted at €5. Nothing to see, nothing to see. Oh, dankeschön. Man, I want to be in the right lane because it's dry. Yeah, for Kungal, maybe he's afraid of the dark. Electric cars wear out tires and far. No, they don't. They don't. Absolutely not. That's just a myth. Because yeah, you might think that the high torque drains it out. No, but it just depends on your right foot, how itchy it is. Now lately with kids, you know, I cannot hammer it. Yeah, when I had Millennium Falcon, man, I was hammering it all the time. Wore down the tires. But I mean, that applies also to powerful fossil cars. Which AP system is the best? Well, I would say Tesla would be the best, but they fucked it up. So right now, I'm not sure. Maybe Vox system is quite good. No, actually, Audi system is the best. Why? Because there's a physical stock. Yeah, you pull it against you and up and down and stuff, and it's also smooth. Not remember if I was an auto lane change. The Mercedes is annoying, man. That even the freaking expensive Maybach, you have to swipe on the haptic shit. Yeah, doesn't weigh much. Well, and it depends. There are plenty of heavy fossils out there also, especially those plug-in hybrids, man. Holy shit balls! Like XC90, anyone? Huh? And also those fat fossil SUVs, man, they're heavy. Oh, the Korean cars? No. I think the German cars in general, they're really good. But for some reason, Geländewagen was not that smooth. Yeah, but I remember the VAG was quite good. MEB platform, I mean. And also Audi. And I believe BMW. But Tesla was also really good. Until they fucked it up. Hope they fix this. Or maybe Enhance can fix this. Dude, like, I need to drive Teslas more because Enhance, they are big. And I just spent one day with a Tesla. I'm like, what the heck is this shit? I need to have a weekly meeting with Enhance to ask them if they can fix things and make the cars better. I bet they could detect this, and then actually, even if you have chosen to go into autopilot, they could maybe set it to go on when you you can give it the old behavior. See, if I just twist on the wheel, it will go to adaptive cruise control, even if it hasn't been selected, you know. Well, I'm not sure if it can be done, you know, but that's something I need to ask them about. Going regular. Yeah. Right. Trying to remember now what kind of consumption I had on the CLA, because I feel like this Model Y has lower consumption than the CLA. How the heck is that possible? We're talking about the sedan versus an SUV. Okay, I'm hovering on 192 watt-hour per kilometer. Okay, I remember the CLA on the first charging stop. But that was actually passing by, Göteborg and all that. But the CLA was hovering around 200. Yeah. And then to the Swedish border, it was below 200. And now we're at 193. But there's still some 100 zones here in Norway. But this is really efficient. But we have wind from the north, right? So we have tailwind. Hey, what's that? Right now, this guy is being kind of annoying because he's not cruising at the desired speed here. He's a bit inconsistent. Well, apparently if someone wants to pass, okay, let's let him pass. People are hammering it tonight. Swedish Volvo, yeah, of course. Yeah, the 5M cells, yes. What, M3? Okay, what? Well, it goes at 250 kilowatt for a little bit until it starts dropping like a rock. Yeah, as expected, the BMW guy, he goes at more or less the same speed after the speed limit decrease. That's how you get pulled over by the police. Whoa, what the heck, man? Freaking autopilot is knocked out by the turn here. But there's no laser here. If there were laser, the laser at Juniper, which happened 5-10 minutes ago. But I tend to see people getting pulled over at Sarpsborg, so there's some kind of unmarked police activity around Sarpsborg at night. Right, I have, I don't know, yeah, at FSD I have the auto lane change. And I have the AS enabled. All right, we're down to 71%. Now the car claims 14% at Kungal. Well, that's too high, man. Wait a minute. If I stop at 600 amp cables, okay, then I won't get 250 kilowatts. That's the problem. I get around 230, I think. But on the other hand, I won't be losing that much time because the car doesn't charge that fast. My kilowatt is 396 kilowatt now. Battery is hovering at actually at 30 degrees Celsius. It went up slightly. It seems like it's scavenging heat. Yeah. Wow, it's so nice to be back in Tesla. It runs so smooth. And it's very how do I put this? It's just well tuned together. I think it's the same feeling you get when you use Apple products, right? Like when you go between the iMac and iPhone and the MacBook and via the cloud, everything just works smoothly. And as long as you have learned how to master the usage of the keyboard on your MacBook and your iPhone, everything just runs so smooth. Three hundred 396 kilowatt at 69%. Nice round number. No, at 100% I get around 410, 420 kilowatts. But it seems like it's not much. I mean, it's not faster than the old. So, okay, I achieved 3.5 seconds 0 to 100 time, but that was with 1 foot rollout. But when I did the test, it seems to be slightly slow off the line, which could be because of wet roads. So maybe if I have time, I could test it, but I'm not sure when. Because I'm planning on doing a redo the charging test tomorrow morning, but I might want to try to start with slightly colder battery. Where was that? DRTR, don't it? The TRY45. Do you like suspension? Yes. No, it's nice and comfy. I mean, they soften it up. And at least for me, I didn't feel that big difference between the sport and comfort. There'd be a slight difference, but not night and day. Not like the DCC when you slide it from the softest to the hardest. And the DCC and the MEB cars, I mean. I don't know. I haven't checked the emergency rear handle thingy. €1. Oh, thank you very much. Well, let's hope I can survive the night. I don't be too tired. Didn't get that much sleep last night. I slept from 9 or 10, I don't remember, until 1 at night. And I woke up and then I got ready. I did the acceleration noises. I had to heat up the battery and all that shit, man. It took a while. And then top it back up to 100%, and then I went for the launch. But then it started raining, like shit. But what the heck is going on? Shit. Some kind of phantom stuff over here, man. And then I came back home and 4 at night, and I got maybe a couple of hours of sleep before I had to wake up. Man, there's freaking Nisse in Norway. Like, what the heck are you guys doing, huh? There's always a Tesla camping in the left lane. I've seen so many Teslas just camping left lane for no reason. Yeah, there was a woman. Always a woman. Okay, anyway, we're getting close to the border. Seems to be a nice clear night. I mean, as for traffic. Just have to hope I don't get any major delays when I get back ASAP to avoid the morning stau. Tomorrow, we get back the smart #5 again. I had to postpone the smart. I sacrificed a couple of days for the smart for this car. Done banana box test and all that. But the smart #5, okay, it's quite cheap, way cheaper than the Seeker 7X, but you still get the awesome charging speed. But how to put this in a nice way, the smart looks quite stripped down and basic compared to the Seeker. Seeker was just awesome interior wise and the features and all that. I was like, wow, great, nice big vertical horizontal screen also. But in the smart they put a smaller screen, and it was like wide and small and weird stuff. And I was like, huh, this is what people are crazy about. Well, probably because it's cheap. Well, okay, I need to test it then. But I wasn't super impressed of how the smart was to use and so on. The ergonomics around it, software and hardware wise. Yeah, well, when I went to Mercedes test drive event, they specifically said it is hashtag, not number. Yeah. A freaking long name, man. Why does it have to be so damn long? Those are like Audi e-tron Q6 Quattro Sportback RS or something. I don't know. Freaking long name, man. Mercedes. Well, technically it's Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV Maybach 680. Yeah, get it right. Well, yes, I did clean the Geländewagen, of course. But it actually had coating, so it was quite easy to just rinse it with clean water. No need to soap it or anything. They probably need to do it anyway for the next customer or for the next journalist. Volvo with tinted windows. But no additional screens inside there. Yeah, but it doesn't have the typical external signature of a Volvo Polizeico. What the thing is being broken? Uh, 196 watt-hour per kilometer. Correct, it should be 198 actually. Yeah, okay, so it seems to be higher than the CLA because the CLA had lower consumption. No, but the CLA also had tailwind. Yes, I remember now. Wait, or did it? No, wait, I think CLA had slight headwind even. Yeah. I remember I told myself that if we had tailwind, we could go even further. Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense. The CLA should be more efficient than the Model Y. But I mean, just demonstrate how efficient these Teslas are. Because if this was a Model 3, no chance the CLA can be more efficient. I mean, even with the second gear and all that. Well, I don't know, we need to test it maybe at 130, 150 kilometers per hour somehow. But I mean, it's just one of many factors, the second gear. No, I don't hammer at 130 kilometers per hour in Norway, man. I have too many pricks on me, I can't do that. But, please don't interfere, huh? Yeah, soon in Sweden, in around, let me see, check here. No, the car really struggles, man. I'm surprised. Why the heck does it struggle over here? It should be able to spot the freshly painted lines there. It's a Tesla, after all. It's getting soft there on the autopilot. Dude, come on, dude, you can see. No, what the heck is this shit, man? I know, okay, it's no, I can see the middle line, they're just fine, man, dude. And then the problem is that, okay, if I want to switch over to adaptive cruise control, I have to go with the menu and all that. No, pricks, it's all about pricks, man. If you fart too high, then you get the pricks on you. Or it's more like if your fart is too high, then you get more pricks. Well, 31 degrees Celsius now. It's slowly heating up by itself. Well, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but at least when we were passing Oslo, I got passed by many cars also. And I was just going on the same speed as them. But I should mention that there are many people driving on the motorway, driving really slow, even behind trucks and stuff. I don't know why they want to go at 90 or 100 kilometers per hour over here, where you have 110 zone. No? You know what I'm saying? maybe it doesn't struggle that much in the left lane. Yeah, because I mean I've been hammering a lot with other cars, no problem. And get in the Geländewagen, man, bringing police everywhere. The night I did the acceleration noise test, when I was done with the last noise measurement, I turned around, and then as I went over the bridge, I saw there was a car coming, approaching behind me. I went on the motorway, the E16 towards Cleavage, and I just cruised at 110 in the 100 zone, or the speedo, but 110 in that car is only 103 GPS speed. And then, as expected, the car behind me approached relatively fast, and then it was just floating behind me. I was like, but then I saw that it was a police van, the Vito or whatever, right? And then there was roadworks, or they had this broken middle barrier thing, so they slowed down to 90, and then 70, and then 50, and I just slowed down like a good Nisse. I also slowed down to 90, to 70, to 50 on the right lane, and he was just floating right behind me in the left lane for a long time. And then once he realized that I was following the speed limit quite strictly, then he just hammered past me. And like, I don't know, man, but I just ran into lots of police with a Geländewagen. Didn't get pulled over, no, on the other times. Okay, anyway, let me check time now. 1 hour and 22 minutes, okay. Okay, not that many minutes delay then. It's supposed to be 1:19. So we just correct against that reference time. Consumption is about to pop past 200 now. It's 200 watt hour per kilometer. It's going to go up now once we hammer the Swedish side with pure 110 zone all the way. Arctic, what? Let me remind you that I have 2 small kids. Oh, what the heck, man? Shit. What the heck was that shit? I'm just gonna change lane and just disappear and work again. And it's pulling a typical Neo behavior. Dude. Okay, Tesla is definitely not the best autopilot system. Doing all kind of weird shit here. Plus that, on that Hamar stretch, Hamar to Rudshögda stretch, it still slows down some places to 40 kilometers per hour on the motorway. Like, they still haven't updated that shit. But maybe updating it wouldn't be that critical as long as they could have programmed the car to follow what it sees, give whatever it sees higher priority than the damn map. It's just following that map all the time. Outdated map. Okay, okay. We are now at Svinesund. This is the bridge between Norway and Sweden. And yes, normally it would take 1 hour and, you can see it there, 19 minutes. It's 1:24, so we have 5 minutes delayed, all right? We just correct for it, and then we hammer it. But look, so far, wow, the consumption is really impressive. Only 199.5 watt hour per kilometer. Dude, this Model Y is almost as efficient as a CLA. And this is an SUV versus a sedan. Wow. Tesla, man. welcome to Sweden. Oh, when do I go back home? Well, if it's 9.5, 9.5, and then 3.5, 6 in the morning. I feel like I'm going to be flushed a lot that Falcon bike. Yeah, it was something like that, almost as efficient as CLA. What the heck? Did I accidentally press play or some shit? I was listening to Sandra earlier today. Well, we're supposed to get slight rain around Taunum, but that's pretty much it. Okay, slight rain here and there, but mostly, well, not rain, but the asphalt is wet after earlier rainfall. Well, now the consumption is going up. It's already at 201.5 watt hour per kilometer. Well, so CLA ended up with 208 on that stretch. But actually, you know, if I would be able to go via Göteborg, then the consumption would go lower. Check wind over here. I forgot there's a... So wind is 10 kilometers per hour southwest. It's coming from the southwest. Oh, wait, how is that interpret again? If it says SW, southwest. It should mean it's coming from that direction, right? Not going that direction. So it means that we have actually headwind now. And I think I can feel it, that there is slight more wind noise than normal. And then 10 kilometers per hour is around 3 meters per second. Slight head side wind, yeah, okay. So yeah, nowadays, wifey, she's doing the whole theory about driving, and many times there is questions about speed versus, you know, like braking distance and stuff. And I taught her the quick conversion rate to go from kilometers per hour to meter per second. You divide it by 3.6. So, for example, well, to make it simple, let's say 72 kilometers per hour. That's 20 meters per second. So you can figure out, for example, how fast you travel, or if you're following someone 3 seconds behind and you're going at whatever speed, you know, what is the distance you're following. But that part, wifey struggles because she's not good with numbers. But I tried to teach her, okay, just try to do like a quick approximation. 80 kilometers per hour divided by 3.6, or divided by 4 then. Yeah. 80 kilometers per hour divided by 4, that's 20 meters per second, and then you add a little bit, so it becomes around 22. meter per second. But I think even that is too hard, unless she uses a calculator. I'm not sure if you can use the calculator on the test or not. Maybe she's not allowed to use her phone, because then she could check out stuff on the internet, right? Oh, how long have we been together? I think it was since 2013 or... Wait, why didn't it change lane? Like, what the heck, man? 2013 or 12, I think. So that's 13 years. I remember it was before I got Millennium Falcon. Yeah, the time we counted from before Millennium Falcon or after Millennium Falcon. So BMF. Okay, battery is at 31.8 degrees. So I have to cool down the battery slightly. Okay, now I'm supposed to arrive at 10% at Kungal. What? Missed the... We haven't charged yet. Let's try to switch between the... Okay, now this is the standard suspension. If it's a special sport. But even the sport, I feel like, is softer than the previous gen, or the pre-Juniper. But it's not nearly as soft as many of the other cars I test nowadays. So it still has that Tesla firmness on things. Well, Well, thank you. Oh, double sausage penetration? Not sure. I brought my own food because I might end up on places without any stores open. Well, at least I brought 3 slices of bread, so that will probably keep me fed up for some 3-4 hours, or at least half the challenge. But I think that's enough now. Shit, man. I need to, let me see how it says, man. Fire up the man. Okay. Then what? How do I go back on auto now? There. Auto. Okay, press and hold, right. So I mean, Tesla is being kind of modest on the battery sizes. The Chinese, they offer 100 kilowatt hour, like the IM6, for example. IM6 is even cheaper than Tesla. Well, it's Model Y performance. We are currently at 52%. We've done 181.7 kilometers now. Wow. Now it claims 11% at Kungal. Well, where should we stop then? We can obviously not go to Valberg, that's too far. CLA or my performance. Oh, I mean, they're 2 different cars though. So, but if I had to choose, I get the Model Y performance. For the donation, not sure how much that was. €1, but thank you very much. Maybe not the worst place to charge at Kungal. Well, except for that there's nothing to do there. Well, at least I'll be getting full speed, but maybe not optimal state of charge. Yeah. Well, the consumption is going up now, 207 watt-hour per kilometer. Elrock. Wow, I get Elrock any day, man. EV3, I mean, it's nice, but Elrock I feel like it's better. And it's rear-wheel drive, not front-wheel drive. Who the heck makes front-drive EVs nowadays, man? They are not really serious about EVs. Oh, I mean, with 10%, I can go quite far with 10%. But the problem is that there is no V3, V4, unless I take a weird detour to the supercharger in Juniper. So then I have to rely on those 600 amp Alpitronics. Yeah. And if it's 670, I need, let me see, 670. So I'll be at 90% power. So if 250. Okay, so I get only 223 kilowatt versus 250 kilowatt. So I'll probably just go for Kungal then. Top up there. Just have a quick for P. That's it, pretty much. Around 10-12 minutes, and then I hammer it. Maybe the Falkenberg, or yeah, charge around 50%, then go for it. But also with Tesla, we have the trip meters. And since last charge automatically resets after the charging, and you have the other, like I have a rename, a trip meter for 1,000 kilometers. It's just so smooth. When I did with the CLA, after I charged, I had to reset the trip meter manually. It's kind of clumsy. And you can only see one trip meter at a time. Here you see all of them. It doesn't have to take up so much space, you know. Tesla, they made it so compact, the trip meters. Very useful. Whereas when you MB platform, there's, well, in the main screen, you can see the trip meter with a big picture of the car there. And that picture, the color is not even the correct color of the paint. Oh, you can see the instrument cluster, yeah. Well, the thing auto lane change is not available. Ah, shit, man, we have that crap again. For helvete. Yeah, I don't know why it's not available now. It's acting like legacy automakers. This is so strange that I also experienced it today that the auto lane change is very random whether it works or not. It used to be rock solid. You can of course always use auto lane change whenever you need it. No. It's like legacy automakers, like the Korean cars and even the Mercedes, Maybach, and the Geländewagen. It's like, oh, okay, sometimes you cannot use auto lane change, and then sometimes you can. And then the roads, to me, they look exactly the same. It's just Autobahn with good road markings. Model 3 long range. Yeah, well, maybe I tested it in Thailand. Because I'm fully booked now until we go. And then in around 2 weeks we have the Croatia trip coming. It'll be around 3-4 days of vacation time plus the work slash family time. Work in the daytime and then family time in the evening. Well, I mean, it's basically the same, yeah. Well, I thought, you probably meant this question mark there, right? Yeah, what is the point? Well, I mean, there's actually almost no point because I can already measure how many kilowatt hours you're supposed to get from it. And then we can just look at the existing Sunday drives and just estimate it from there. It was strange though why I got less kilowatt hour out of that battery in Thailand. Maybe it actually has more degradation than one in Europe because it's so hot in Thailand. But I still haven't booked any cars yet in Thailand. I'm starting to nail down some stuff in China. Yeah, I feel like I need to get all that stuff planned soon. And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the car situation in Thailand. Would be great if we own just a cheap EV. That's what I asked. I'm not sure if I got an answer about the ZS EV. Like, can we just buy a ZS EV if it costs 200k baht? Okay, it is an investment, yes, but I feel like we kind of need a car in Thailand. No, I sold it, ZS EV. But since then, there's been plenty of actually quite good affordable cars coming out. Lately it was Jacob 5 for just 500k baht. It's just crazy. In the old days you pay over 1 million baht for the ZS EV and that was only 44.5 kilowatt hour. The BMW, not really. Yes, correct. There will be no audio from time to time, unless you want to hear this. So you can choose. Do you want no audio, or do you want audio on all the time? And then sometimes there'll be a couple of twi, hak twa. Mini. Okay, no, I don't want any piece of shit car, but actually the ZSEV, the first gen, was okay, you know. And I found that they don't degrade that much, or they might have been hiding some degradation. Okay, they're not error free, but okay, whatever. As long as you just keep it running, then probably good value for money. If I can get one for around 300k. I think last time I checked, they were actually selling for around 500. Well, that was several years ago. 200k, 300k baht. That's 100k NOK. Nah, they should sell for less. Maybe just 200k. Maybe it doesn't have to be in perfect condition. I don't care too much about it. As long as the battery is okay and the car's health is okay, then that should be good enough. And there's actually okay space in the trunk. And in Thailand, you can't drive too fast anyway, so you can even go 2 runs to Chiang Mai with it, Chiangdao, Chiang Mai. Because we kind of need a car in Thailand now, and the Honda is getting quite beaten down, and it doesn't have Isofix mounting points. Well, I'm trying to borrow a car while I'm there, but I'm not sure. Well, can we still borrow that Dolphin? But I asked BYD directly if I can borrow a Dolphin or Atto 3, but I didn't get a reply yet. So I'm like, I need to bug them again. It's so weird. Like nowadays, when I send email to various places about things, like I send some request to borrow some Kia. Yeah, I wanted to borrow a Kia EV6. Send an email, didn't get a reply. I'm like, huh? What? Okay, whatever. I got to borrow the EQS. Okay, but then yesterday I saw that guy Christian from Kia, and I was like, he's alive, you know, but he just didn't reply to my email. I mean, what the heck is going on? Do we have packet loss here? Shit, man. The good old modem days with the packet loss. Oh, you know what? I suspect that the guys who see my email, they just, okay, they see it and they think, okay, I'm going to deal with that later, I'm going to reply them later, but then they forget about this. So they don't mark it to be follow-up or something. I just tend to do, I set it at unread, and then I follow up by like, I would put a star or something there as a follow-up. So, yeah, that's the only explanation I have. But I guess I just have to keep bugging them, like, hey, have you seen this yet? You know. Huh? China model? Well, I have to test it in China then. Okay, but what is special about it? It's just a weaker motor, right? But besides from that, what am I supposed to do? Do a acceleration test? Because I guess the range test would be the same anyway. Battery capacity is the same. It's just a weaker motor, software tuned down.
No, no, no. Why would the consumption be lower? If you know physics, if you have the exact same motor and they just limited the power to 150 horsepower, then it makes no difference. I mean, why? Because as long as you're driving on an an even surface, like I tend to do, right? If you notice, my range test is on a motorway. Is it cold in Norway? I don't know, but here it's 13 degrees Celsius. It's actually quite warm for October night. But on my range test, I usually demand only 20 to 50 kilowatt, or like less than 100 horsepower, right? Just to maintain the speed on the motorway. So then it doesn't matter if you have only 150 horsepower or if you have 300 horsepower available, because you're not using it. But if they physically put in a smaller but more efficient motor, then that makes difference, yes. But then Tesla doesn't do that. Why would they waste money on yet another part? They 99.9% they just software limited the motor power. And the same thing, you know, many people, they blindly believe that chill mode will make the car more efficient. No, it doesn't. The only difference is that at least when I tested the plaid mode keeps the battery at higher temperature. But as long as you have standard mode and the battery temperature is the same as chill mode, then there's no difference there. Croatia, gonna visit Metron, probably visit some other company also close to Metron. Possibly visit what's the thing again? Remat, and also go to this green energy fair, and also should make a video about EV clinic. The Rimac. And also I have around 3 to 4 nights at oh, that guy is really slow. Holy shit balls, man. At the Croatian Riviera. Okay, consumption is 212 watt-hour per kilometer. We are down to 40% battery. But dude, we've been driving we have done 220 kilometers now so far. Wow. And then the car estimates 11% at Kungal. Just wonder if I would skip Kungal, where the heck do I go then? I could go to Mölndal to that Circle K charger, because to be honest, the 250 kilowatt we don't get that for too long. And if I can get 220-ish kilowatt, I mean that's still okay speed, right? I can go deeper. But on the other hand, maybe it doesn't matter. It's just the first stop is not always the deepest. No, the first stop is not always technically, it's not the deepest. So I might go shallow, 11%. But then I just top up and then I hammer it for Varberg, or possibly Falkenberg. What the heck, man? The high beam has not turned off. Stop it. Turn it off. There's a truck there. Shit, man. Tesla got there, finally. The truck is going to be pissed at me. Now auto lane shit doesn't work anymore. Again. Unfortunately, it's not too much traffic here at night. The night is okay. Maybe they don't have rain in Germany. Yeah, because this is Win XP. It's from Giga Berlin. Naps? Well, I did bring some drinks, so hopefully I don't need any naps. Man, it misregistered my clicks. Oh, that is super annoying, man. I remember also there were some other cars. I don't remember if it was NIO or some of the other legacy automakers. When you press the park button, you can hear the click for the park button, but it doesn't register it. So then it's still in drive, and then when I let off the pedal, it's like start rolling. And like, oh shit! So what I tend to do nowadays is I have to click several times on the park button just to make sure it is in park. It's silly. If you hear the click, like on a mouse or a keyboard, it should register the click. And the same thing here on the scroll wheel on the Model Y here. When I press it, I hear the click. I can feel the click, but it doesn't register for autopilot on off. Oh, my brother. I'm not sure. Yeah. Let's see. Just have a bunch of other stuff going on nowadays. Trip to Thailand, trip to Croatia. Cars that need to be tested. Slowly getting some of my life back again as freedom with as Isabel and also Axel becomes more independent, so they don't need that much attention. Eventually wifey should be able to handle both of them alone, so I can for example go on a test drive trip with a sleepover without needing to bring Isabel with me, because it's kind of hassle to bring her with me. There was a pussy cat by the road. I saw the reflection of the eyes. Hot animals at night. Oh, I'm gonna get flashed. Oh, I get there. Model Y standard. Well, I don't know it yet. But from what I heard, they stripped it down, but they didn't strip down the price too much. So I think it's gonna be. I mean, it will sell because there's always someone who's willing to pay a lower price and accept way less equipment. But I think it's probably worse value for money. Wait, preheating hasn't started yet. What? Well, we are 76 kilometers away, dude. Shouldn't it start preheating? Okay, I'm gonna manually preheat. We are at 28 degrees Celsius. It should be closer to 50 degrees, at least 45 degrees to get quite optimal temperature, and then it takes a while. But I mean, no big deal if I preheat a little bit early, then you can just keep the temp there, up there. So then it doesn't need that long time to reheat it. Yeah. Just like you reheat the pizza the next day, you know what I'm saying? Oh, US only. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's designed for the poor people in US then. That's the poor man's Tesla. Yeah, that's the poor man's Tesla. Of course. Or hit like on the stream. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter because people who want to see this stream, they know this. You know, it's not random people popping in here. You see that from time to time. Be like, what is this? Is it live or not? Who are you? And then, of course, they don't use question mark when they type. But they have lots of grammar errors. Well, we are, not 44 minutes away. No, we are around half an hour away from Kungal. Winter, well, I guess if I had time, I could do a Colgate test. Here's Hogstorp. Well, Hogstorp will be way too early. I have 32%. Yeah, it's kind of funny, man. The Geländewagen needed to bail out here at Hogstorp. I still have 31% left. The Geländewagen is even 50% bigger battery than this. Oh, window decoration. We'll see if we might skip it this year because we're gonna be away for such a long time. It's gonna be weird, man, because by the time we come back, it's February. We can't keep the decorations on for that long. People gonna think we are weirdos or immigrants. Nye landsmenn. Airbnb, the home. Well, I thought about that, but wifey wasn't too keen on it. Could probably make some money over 2 months, but I mean that house has a price. It's freaking huge. Should at least rent it out for, let's say, I'm not sure, 5k NOK per night. Maybe even 10k NOK per night. Suitable for big parties or big families there. There's plenty of toys they can play with there. But yeah, I mean, if I can just get 10 nights times 10k NOK, that's 100k NOK. But I'll be gone for 77 days, so if I could just get some coverage there, that'd be great. House, 5 bedroom for, wow. Nights, 10 guests. Well, I can, let me see, we have 4 bedrooms. And each bedroom should be able to accommodate at least 2 guests. Maybe even more, as long as they don't mind. Plus, of course, the living room. So, but I could support something like 8 to 10 guests, no problem. And then we even have 3 bathrooms and a swimming pool. But well, I mean, it's not operational at winter. But and also, yeah, okay. What is important? I bring 3 times 11 kilowatt chargers there, and plenty of space for parking, and near the airport also. So I mean, it's perfect. I could easily get 10k per night there. But I don't want it. Just wonder how many nights I could get it rented out. Even 10 nights would be plenty. That would basically pay. I mean, actually, the flight ticket was. Oh, I had to pay tax for this shit, right? But sorry, the flight ticket was around 37k. You see, only 4 nights would be enough to cover the flight tickets. $15k per year. Wow. Okay. Well, but just 2 nights would trigger the tax then. Shit. Well, I thought about it, but I don't know. I need someone to then handle things there. when it comes to cleaning and so on, and just putting on the washing machine and getting the stuff ready for the next guest, and make sure that there's soap and whatever. So, yeah. Well, you know, I had back then, before I thought about going to China, I had the idea that I could do that. I fly back home alone and work my ass off a couple of weeks, go to the Arctic Circle and stuff, and then wife will be home, and yeah. And then, but then, whoever rents the Airbnb, they have the option to actually be like, they could have me there, you know. I can be there or I cannot be there. It's up to them. If they want to sleep over with Tesla Bjorn there, you know, then the price should be higher, right? Of course, it's going to be higher when you sleep with a celebrity. But I just wonder how much it would be possible to get. Like, how many percent coverage is realistic? If I can get 20 nights and then 200k NOK, and then okay, minus taxes, still end up with around 150k NOK. I mean, that's, dude, like that could almost pay for the whole flight ticket plus all the expenses we have in Thailand. Lives in Thailand, yes, of course. Green Fanta for the win. Pat Kapao. Hunter, what stocks? What? Well, you have the stock, yes. Off season. Ah, okay. Well, but the thing is that it is close to the airport, so you can count it like an airport, whatever you call it, right? The thing is that I need some. Ideally, if I had someone nearby, a neighbor or someone, like, who could do some shuttling and be some kind of host there, helper, that'd be great. Yeah. But also. Yeah, okay, but are they gonna spill stuff on the sofa and shit like that? Well, I guess we're gonna need to just expect that could happen, and then we just have to wash the sofa cover. But the biggest question is, are they gonna shag in the main bed? Then what? Okay, no squirting, all right? Condoms on, okay? Well, that's actually none of my business, whatever they do there. Well, yeah, if they need e-golf, I also have an e-golf they could borrow there. Yeah, actually, I consider making the e-golf available for my patrons to borrow it while I'm gone. But just keep in mind it has short range. But you have pick deck, that's good, man. God jävla bra pick. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I need to only choose the best with good rating on Airbnb, you know, not just random stuff. I have my strict rules about things, about no partying and all that shit, and you know. But I don't know. If it's low season, then maybe not bother. Because the other problem is that it might be snowed in there. People, like, the guests need to dig themselves into the house with a shovel. So, yeah. Unless I need some kind of vaktmester to be around there, the maid to help me. But that's started becoming more hassle to deal with, maintain. Plus, I just have private parts all over the place, sex toys and inflatable doll and all that stuff. You know, it's just all over the place. So I need to just put all that stuff in the shed maybe and then lock it down so people can't access all that. Along with the whips and all my strap-ons, also my wife's strap-on that she uses on me, you know. So, like, yeah. So maybe just leave it like that. But eventually, Isabel is gonna find out what all that stuff is. So, yeah. Wait, what? Battery's at 46 degrees already. It's getting nice and toasty. Wait, now it says 9% at Kungal. Well, okay, maybe just go to Kungal then. So be it. What is the consumption? Wow, 224 watt-hour per kilometer. It went up now in Sweden side when we could just maintain the speed. Yeah. But eventually I want to buy Millennium Falcon. But okay, I'll try. I'll offer e-golf for someone. I have a better idea. Of course, I can leave the e-golf at Elbilmek. They have to go get it at Elbilmek. Well, unless... No, actually, I can just leave it in the garage. Yeah, that's actually better. Nice and dry, and then fully charged. And they can... I just set the code on the garage. They can enter it and borrow the e-golf if they want. They can just... They fly over there, right? For example, if a foreigner, and then they just have to take a Bolt from the airport to my home. It costs only around 300, 400 NOK. And then they can just use my e-golf. Just remember that it doesn't work with supercharger. But Chem Power, well, actually everything else with CCS works great. And it has PDC only, no heat pump, but that means nothing else will break. And if it breaks down, they just call Valdemar. And also I will offer the parking spot there for free. But the only problem is that it's on their own hassle, because there might be snow there. So I'll leave some digging tools they can use if they want to dig out the spot for themselves. And preferably if they stay there for longer than 2 weeks, you know, that'd be great. Not just a couple of days, because it's just been. But actually, to me, it doesn't matter. But I need to put a camera on the window, and I need to get some kind of overview over what's going on, so that they don't overload the parking lot. Then it becomes bad experience for everyone if they block in others. But at least 5, 6 cars should be possible if they park kind of tight and just park in a layout that they don't block for each other. But I have so much space there, you know. And I realize that the parking at the airport is quite expensive, especially if you park for long. I'm gonna get flashed at again. I'm gonna get flashed at a lot now. No, heating. I mean, I should try to get a good enough meter. I have the thing, the RDOX thing, but it's not it seems like it turns on and off all the time, which fucks up the heat pump thing. But I could get another smart plug that properly measures the kilowatt hour, and then I can try to measure how much it consumes. But I think it's going to be expensive to keep it running during winter. And plus that, why would I want to keep it in winter, right? Because the delta between outside temp and the pool will be quite big, so there'll be significant losses unless I make some kind of cover, isolated cover, like styrofoam cover thing. But whatever, just leave it there. In winter it's gonna snow a lot and shit. Just let it be inactive. If I want, I could keep it running longer, like now, before could, but I haven't used it. It's kind of inactive now, just idling. But I could, for example, start from April already and then keep it until October. We'll see how much the kids would like to use the pool in the future. Well, I rented out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, with a good cover, it should be able to isolate well enough, so the heat loss is not that great. Just have to have some kind of roll out thing cover, styrofoam or something, isolating. No, they're roughly the same. No, I think actually Juniper is slightly better than Highland. But right now the auto lane change is not working anymore. Shit, man. Well, no, I wouldn't rent it out for free. Absolutely not. No sauna. Okay, let me see what it's saying. 9% at arrival. We choose Norges piece. Well, not yet. Oh man, I need to make a video about that. No, the home is actually at around 24, 25 degrees. But you know, when you have an efficient house, you can allow yourself to have the comfort of higher temperature. You don't have to freeze in 20 degrees Celsius inside. Just like when you have an efficient car, you can hammer it. You don't have to slowpoke like the fat e-trons. You know what I'm saying? And plus, on sunny days, we get a lot of free heat from the sun. Oh, I have 285 square meter. Oh, kilowatt hour per year. I don't remember, but for house heating, it's not that much. I use a lot of kilowatt hour for charging the cars, but you know, I'm a car tester, so. battery is at 50 degrees Celsius now. It's supposed to be that hot. Well, will it overheat? I don't know, I feel like LG battery doesn't have to be that hot. Maybe I'll just turn off the preheating for now. Or does it actually go to 60 degrees Celsius? But there's no engine here. But yeah, you mean the motors, right? The motors can feed heat into the battery, yes. Yeah, I guess we go for that stop then. 9% is not the worst. But the first stop cannot be the deepest, usually. Depends how lucky you are. I have a little bit of time for eating also. Well, I could eat now. Our consumption is 226. We've done 295 kilometers. We're down to 14%. We will arrive with 9% at Kungal. I think that's the best deal. Yeah, that time at Rose Garden, I think that was with a Plaid, or even the Plaid was quite fast. It was too fast, I had to move the car, I remember. But let's not forget the replicating leaf. 2 hours at the Harnstad, at the OK Commute station. That was brutal. Oh, discharge kilowatt is now 321. No, I'm not convinced if I should go 51 degrees Celsius on the battery before I plug it in. Now I try 47, it's dropping. Maybe I'll try to plug in with around 45 degrees. I don't remember the number of stops, maybe 8 or 10. Well, because Tesla might preheat too late. Stops? Well, I think the record is 3 stops. It's a Kungal one. Well, with 9%. Maybe 1% is around 700 watt hour. But that's good for around 4 kilometers. So 9% is around 30 kilometers at least. I could almost cross Göteborg then, but does it matter though? Or no, the problem is that if I kept going, I could maybe consider Mölndal, but again, with slightly reduced speed at Mölndal, and it might not make any difference anyway, because from now on I'll try to end up at some supercharger. You know, they cool down really quickly. It's suddenly down to 40 degrees already. Just notice now. Like I have to reheat the pizza. I mean the battery. In time, but we're kind of running out of time because we're gonna plug in 4 minutes. Oh, I don't know if you look slightly Colgate or what. I was looking if it's possible to go to Mölndal, but I think here, okay, well, the advantage is that we charge at full speed, but also handshake is really quick. And I wonder if it might flatten out the curve slightly since we start with 9% rather than 0% or 2%, right? So. %, actually. Kungal. We're now at Kungal. Oh yeah, getting 190, 200. Oh, this is Chanel. 250. We arrived at 5%. Wait, let me turn off this in case it messes up with the cooling or heating, actually. So yeah, wow. We're actually getting this speed with only 38.5 degrees. Right, all good. เรามาถึงคูงอันแล้วครับที่ชัดที่แรกนะครับได้250 กิโลวัตต์เราเหลือ 8% นะครับแล้วก็ตอนนี้แบตเตอรี่ที่มันเย็นนิดหน่อยไม่รู้มันเกี่ยวไหมหรือว่าอาจจะดีมั้งถ้าเรา preheat มันจะ preheat ถึง51 องศาผมคิดว่ามันอาจจะร้อนไปนิดหน่อยโอเคLet me put you guys in the shaft and I'll pee. I have very limited time. These stops are freaking short, man. Maybe I'll just charge it 50% and see how far I can go because I don't know exactly how far I can go or how much I will consume yet. I mean, as long as you get more than 200, then it's good, right? It doesn't drop like a rock. Wait, I guess we'll see anything there. Like this. Might need to zoom in. There, kind of. sorry, I forgot. This thing turns off. Maybe I need to keep the accessory thing on. See, if it's cooling, I can run the heater then, and then see where is that accessory thing. Keep accessory power on, maybe that would help. Oh, sorry, that didn't help. Okay, I just need to keep the door open. Let me now try to plan here my next stop. I was thinking about Falkenberg. Let's see how far away that is. $114 away. Right, so if I have 50% battery, that's roughly 38.5 kilowatt hour, and to go 114 kilometers, that's a budget of 337. Dude, I can go further than that. Yeah, I feel confident I can go further than that. How about we actually go to Mellbystrand? Damn. Yeah, let's go Mellbystrand. Okay, that is 173 kilometers away. Okay, divided by 173. That is a budget of 222 watt hour per kilometer. Ooh, then that becomes a bit harder again. Oh, the might, huh? Don't heat over 40 degrees next time. This battery won't. Well, but well, I have great news for you, Felix. I arrive with around 40 degrees. When you preheat it, preheats at 50 degrees. So I actually on purpose went colder. Yeah. But yeah. I wonder if this is more or less the same as what I got earlier today. It doesn't seem to make any difference what kind of temp I arrive with. Yeah.
man, it's gonna be a long night, so I brought this. And in here we have, well, we have ice cubes here, but yeah, M150, actually from Thailand. This is energy drink. It's like Kating Dang-ish, right? I haven't had this in a long time. Wait, what? Can I just open this thing already? The car is gonna finish charging soon. Svarte granskår. Jag ska öppna där. Men I har gammal Erik där. Okay, yes. Try. It has a sweet taste. Fruity taste. Yeah, good, good.แต่วันนี้ต้องขับทั้งคืนนะครับผมก็ได้เตรียมนี่นะแล้วในนี้ก็มีน้ำแข็งนะครับแล้วก็มีM150แล้วผมไม่รู้ว่าคนไทยเขาเรียกอะไรนะครับแต่ว่าโอเคเย็นสบายดีของไทยแท้ๆเนี่ยโอ้โหก็ล้ำเนื้อเนี่ยรู้สึกว่ามันล้ำกว่ากระทิงแดงนะหรือว่าใช่ผมก็ไม่ก็ชอบ Red Bull รสชาติของ Red Bull ว่าอันนี้นี่ใช้ได้นะคราวหน้านี่ก็อาจจะซื้อที่เซเว่นที่เมืองไทยนะonly 116 kilowatt. Yeah, this is Tesla in a nutshell. Unfortunately, we're not going to stay on this speed for too long. Oh man, it's the burnt guy again. The CLA fanboy is back. Shit, man. Spread it there. I'd probably go to Halmstad then. Even though it's not super ideal. Place, but no, you were not right about the overheating. We still don't have any proof yet whether it overheated or not. But when I tested it, it seems like it could be overheating, but we don't know yet. Okay, let me see. Well, this is the problem with Tesla. It doesn't charge that fast at 50%. So even the new battery now is not that fast. But whatever, it's quite efficient. So it seems that we should be able to go to Halmstad even. Huh? Well, let's go for it. This is the problemของ Tesla มันชาร์จไม่ค่อยเร็วนะครับ 48% แล้วก็แค่ 108 กิโลวัตต์นะครับแต่ข้อดีของ Tesla คือมันกินไฟน้อยนะครับก็เราอาจจะขับไปได้อีก156 กิโลเมตรมั้งไปถึง Halmstad นะฮะโอเค let's go for it let's see let me do my own calculation here based on that 42.3 7, okay. Alright, and then I have
38.6 kilowatt hour now, divided by 156 kilometers. That's a budget of 247 watt hours per kilometer. Now the car claims 3% at arrival. I need a slight margin in case that, otherwise the fallback would be to go to Falkenberg, but I'm aiming for Halmstad now. Not ideal, I have to go kind of in the wrong direction to get over there. But we're at 50%. The car says 2 minutes remaining to continue trip. It probably wants to have a little margin. I can check how long the charging stop has been. Split this challenge. Nope. Okay, I think we have good enough margin now, just in case. We're gonna go, okay, with 53%. We charge 15 minutes. Let me just check something here. I almost forgot. I need to check distance error. Kungal, 225.5 kilometers trip, and then Google claims from home to here. No, that was what are we? Look at the wrong. Trip meter claims 313.2 kilometers, and then Google says 311 kilometers. Yeah, it's actually 0.7% under reporting, over reporting. All right, we got that confirmed. Now we go. Okay. That was 17 minutes stop. So the stops, I think they should be maybe at least 10, 12 minutes. 17 is still okay. We didn't stay at the slow speed for too long, you know. So, but the advantage is we might be able to skip something, or maybe I can even reach Mellbystrand now to see once we get closer. He doesn't use blinkers. Freaking BMW driver, man. Should have gone before him. Wasn't that fast. See, I need to reset the viewing point. Zoom, I mean, there. Ah, what? There's a lot of traffic here. Okay, but it seems like I can preheat the... What the heck? That's a lot of traffic. What the heck is going on there? But I can probably preheat around half an hour before. It depends on the temperature, of course. But the car is relatively quick to preheat. Sure, huh? I'm sure you need to take advantage of cold battery at 20s, huh? What? You mean, huh? I need to arrive with this car with 20 degrees? No, not for Tesla. I'd say at least 40 degrees, 40 to 45, but I arrived at 40 degrees this time, and it seems to be okay. The trick with Tesla is that you actually want to go deep. Because when I did the test today, I got 250 kilowatt flat until around 13%, which was the same here. I just got the 250 kilowatt for shorter time. So, yeah. And then just go, I'm not sure if it matters that the battery heats up to 58 degrees or 53. I think it doesn't matter really for Tesla. It doesn't throttle. But try to go deep. So I aim for, wait, let me check here. 10% at Halmstad. What about Mellbystrand? What will it claim now? Mellbystrand. 4% at Mellbystrand. Well, that would be great if you can reach Mellbystrand, man. That's whopping 168 kilometers to Mellbystrand. If you can make it there. Distance-wise, it's pretty good. Well, okay, it was 17-minute charging stop. Actually not that bad compared to some other cars that tend to charge for 20 minutes anyway, right? But the advantage with Tesla is that you have pretty good range. So even though we charge only 55% something, you get the same range as 65-70% on other thirstier cars. No, it's not possible to include dashboard. So what I could do is charge to only around 45% maybe, and then hammer it over to probably like, maybe I could charge to 40% and then hammer over to Falkenberg, I guess, charge there. And then go to the turnaround point, and then I could stop maybe at Halmstad. But I think there might not be that much difference. When I did my calculation, it says that charging to around 40 to 50% is optimal. Oh man, the good old Panasonic batteries, they kick ass. That was many. That's like 6-7 years ago? MC Hammer's time, 6 years ago. That was pretty awesome. At 50%, I could still maintain around 150 kilowatt. Well, it wasn't. It was. It could maintain. Well, not suddenly he slows down. This guy. It could maintain 250 kilowatt for longer, and then it slowly decrease the speed. And the BMW in front has a bit uneven speeds. There's no traffic, I'll just camp in the left lane until our path splits. And then suddenly it slows down. Well, most likely they don't use any BMW police cars like that. In Sweden, they probably use just Volvos. Just like in Norway, tend to use Volvos. But eventually I have to get in front of him because I'm going Tingstad to them. So let's see. Yeah, we went on the other lane there anyway. Over here. What? There's plenty of light there then. Well, there's Baustelle. Huh? Seems to be a nice calm night, or even on a weekday. But we did drive over over 300 kilometers before we stopped, and I could have gone deeper. I had 8% left, so I could probably have gone to Møllendal and charge there. And you guys saw that we didn't get 250 kilowatt for too long anyway. But the thing is that if you go deep, you could possibly get it from 0% until 13% at least. So that's a nice boost. But it is just the challenge of hitting that deepness. But you might actually go deep at Mellbystrand now if it's true that we can, get there. The car claims we can reach Mellbystrand with 5% now. Okay. Well, that'd be great. It means that extra charging time we spent was worth it, so we can skip some charges. Otherwise, I have to stop at Falkenberg or Halmstad. And Halmstad is not that great detour-wise. But to cross the road and whatever, there's some slow roads for a while. and also back again. At least on that direction. On the northbound Halmstad, then it's a lot shorter detour. Don't have active cooling? What the heck, man? Seriously? A rapid gating i3? Well, I mean, perfect would be to arrive with 0% with Teslas. I think, from what I remember, most Teslas, they benefit from going deep. They get the maximum speed, and it's consistent, and they don't really, you don't get any penalty by going deep like that. You actually only get benefits. So we see now, if I can arrive with, well, now it claims 6% at Mellbystrand. I'll calculate soon. Let's see. Yeah, we will have 40 kilowatt hour to go 51. There, okay. 40 kilowatt hour to go 151. Let's say 150 kilometer. Budget of 265 watt hour per kilometer. There's no way I'm going to spend that much. Especially because I'm still in the Göteborg stretch. Well, we'll see on the high-speed stretch, yeah, because this is still kind of, I mean, it's not a sedan. It doesn't slice through the air like Swiss cheese through butter. Here, if I would, no wait, this is not the one. Göteborg. No, that was the wrong exit. Yeah, it was earlier. If I would exit to the Circle K with around 4.5 kilowatt hour. I'm actually not sure if I would have made it here. No, I think, well, possibly I have 50% now. Yeah, don't remember exactly how many percent I left with. Could possibly have made it to that Circle K with 1% or so. Well, What they should have measured was how many kilowatt hour you get out of it. Plus that the car wow test, they made the mistake I made 5 years ago. Actually, yeah, which is that they blindly look at the trip meter distance. They didn't take into account distance error. So when Tesla was reporting one distance, the Kona, the EV3 was reporting another distance. They didn't care about, or they didn't know maybe about the distance error. Because Tesla will actually usually over-report the distance, so the distance that Matt got might have been 1% lower than that. And then it depends what kind of distance distance error the EV3 had. But it's not always like that. But in general, I've seen that Teslas tend to over-report a bit, or show too much distance. So it is kind of noobish to not know or care about the distance error, because it could be big. Zero matters, no, because I have to return this car in around 10 hours from now. I only have it for 48 hours. A next possibility to test this car might be next year. Yeah, possibly next year. Unless I can double book myself sometime in November. I have some free slots, a couple of days here and there. Plus some slack that I have one car for a whole week, so I have some room for doing some stuff. Like now, for example, the hashtag 5, I have it 1 week, but then there's room for me to squeeze in some Model Y for 2 days, since I'm not spending the whole week on the hashtag 5 anyway. Plus that I already tested the battery on the hashtag 5. So I don't need to do a charging test there. But I'm gonna go to the Ionity with it and test if I get 270 kilowatt or 350 on it. Because there's been rumor that people say that the Ionity 350 kilowatt, the Ionity limited to 270. Well, we'll find out with the hashtag 5. Well, are they allowed to drive here? What the heck is? It's that 30 kilometers per hour limited car, tractor or car, whatever they call it. The thing that the 16-year-old can drive. I thought they were banned from the motorways. It had that triangle in the back, you know. Well, I'm planning on redoing the charging test. I felt like it was not optimal. Plus that I messed up past 82% or so. I left the car and then it didn't stay awake. So that was a bummer. They are banned, okay, so that guy was not supposed to be there. Well, I also, Pierre, you know, in the morning hours, I need to get the kids ready for kindergarten. Usually takes 1.5 hours. Actually, if I count from when they wake up until I have finished everything and deliver them at the kindergarten, around 2 hours. So that eats up precious time in the morning. But man, it is nice and quiet in here. Absolutely. And I'm gonna test something, since we're already driving in the slow lane. Let's see, there is B. Do you think the new Model Y standard is exciting? I don't know too much about it. I just heard that it's stripped down, but they didn't strip down the price too much. So to me, it sounds like a worse deal. You can get a cheaper Tesla, yes, but it's worse for bang for the bucks. nice sound system.
Trying to stay busy, I can't get you off my
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I'm afraid
Deep
you
bass
say
or
you're
something.
happy where you are. And you really don't mind being apart. When you're far away, is it weighing on your heart? I know it treats you well. I can't love you more than my soul. Let me show you that I can love you more than my soul. Let me show you that I can love you more than blue sky, paradise, Fiji on us. But girl, I see it. Kiss you better than the sun. But you would never retouch. Yeah, and I'll make you feel it. Whoa. I'm afraid you'll say you're happier where you are.
Well, I like it because the previous Model Y, I mean, it was still pretty good, but I feel like it was a bit harsh on the suspension. Here they softened it up a bit. And something about the soundproofing, I measured lower noise than before. Could be because of suspension. I know from all my tests that suspension does make an impact on the rumbling noise. Of course, not wind noise, but yeah, and of course tires. So it actually makes sense that slightly softer suspension could soak up the noise better than before, and that's why it's lower, despite that we have 20-inch wheels. Or whatever it was, a 2021, I don't remember. The big wheels here. That guy must be Norwegian. He's hugging the left lane.
I know it treats you well. I can't love you more than my soul. Let me show you that I can love you more than my soul. Let me show you that I can love you more than blue sky, paradise, Fiji on us. Girl, I see it. Blue sky, paradise, Fiji on us. I can't love you more than my soul.
Well, the bass is nice. The bass would be quite deep. Oh yeah.
Myself on the wayside. Only takes one look into your eyes, and I won't be the same. You light it all ablaze. Wanna give you all my midnights, every high, every low of my time. Nothing can make me change until you call my name. You set it all on fire. I'm not the same tonight. I hear you call me.
Another car claims 9% at Melbystrand. Wow. Headlights are pretty good. They are stronger than the Highland. Just that matrix. No, we charged at Kungal for 17 minutes. From 8 to around 58%, I think it was. Actually, when we unplugged, we had only 91 kilowatts. But we stayed on the slow-ish speed for maybe just, I don't know, 2 minutes anyway, so it's not that big deal. Or, okay, so far we have, see the 367 kilometers done. So I have to go to 1007 then, not 1010. I measured exactly now the distance error, 0.7%. Listen to this. This seems to have quite high quality samples. It's a nice sound system, man. I feel like it's on par with Hammond Carden and some of the higher end systems. Nice deep bass, really nice and crisp in the high tones. Yeah, everything flat. Also turn off the immersive sound. Turn off everything pure and flat, and it still sounds really good. Dude, like, it's incredible how good car you get for the money. I think the stereo hasn't been improved, right? It's the same as before. No wonder why Model Y is so why they sell so many, because it's a damn good car for the money. You get plenty of space, really good efficiency. You get the awesome infotainment in Tesla, the snappiness, big screen. And actually, I don't really miss the lack of instrument cluster. I mean, I test a bunch of cars nowadays with it. Yes, it's nice, but yeah. Same with the head-up display. Yeah, I gotten used to head-up display in the EL8 and many other cars. But once you got used to Tesla, it's really no big deal. And especially now that I use the Enhance thingy, whatever, I have the phone mounted in the windscreen. So the phone also, on the dashboard, I mean, whatever, it also works as an instrument cluster thing. It shows the speed, at least. And it shows me blind spot warning and blinker, you know. That's good enough. So, yeah. As long as we have big enough screens to put information there, then having one main screen is already good enough. Like Tesla's screen area is already as big or bigger than other cars with split screen, you know, like an instrument cluster plus a smaller screen. And then, just like I mentioned before, claimed before, it's better to have everything in one screen. So you're looking at the same screen when you want to see some car status, or you look just slightly to the right to see navigation status or music, instead of having to move your eyes across the dashboard between two different screen areas. So it actually works. You know, keep it simple and it works great. I agree with Tesla on that move, but when it comes to the lack of stalks, no, that was a bad move. The stalks were great, gear stalk and blinker stalk with the other buttons on it for sprayer and for yeah, whatever. You know? That was great. Well, they put back the blinker stalk at least on the Model 3 now. Well, okay, well, I can agree that the gear stalk, the lack of gear stalk, okay, well, the problem is that you use autopilot there on this gear stalk, yeah. But you don't change gear that often once you're on the road, but you use it for the for the autopilot, which is still very nice to have it there on the gear stalk, because then you frees up the other scroll for the other things. But I mean, totally, if I had the money, if I needed a family car, I would get a Model Y. We have the space for the family, and just how easy it is to just get in the car and start driving, get out of the car. There's no stupid start-stop button for things. Yeah. They have really polished the user interface over so many years to make it better and better. The only thing I'm missing is that when I change music, if I don't have the music tab or whatever up, then I don't see anything of the music. It should have an option to pop it up briefly for 5 to 10 seconds. You can of course choose how long. That would be great. Or if it's possible to grab it into the well, I don't know, if into the Sexy app, for example. I'm not sure if it's possible though. That'd be great if you can show it there. But man, this Model Y is definitely quieter. I can feel it now. But I wonder if it's, according to my own test measurement, the performance is quieter than the long range for some reason. It could be because of suspension. We are on the 110 zone here, and I'm hammering it, and it's not that noisy. Despite that, actually this surface here tends to have some rough asphalt, because it's allowed for studded tires to drive here. So I don't know if they did any additional soundproofing versus the regular Juniper or not. Unfortunately, I was not able to measure the noise on dry asphalt. It was on wet asphalt. So usually the wet surface adds around 0.5 decibel. Yeah, but this is quieter. I haven't put it in the spreadsheet yet, I think, or did I? No, I think I haven't put it in the public yet. I just have it in my local copy, the private. So yeah, the disadvantage here, of course, is that it doesn't charge that fast. But that's the thing, that people are blinded by the pure kilowatt speed, but they don't look at the watt-hour per kilometer. So if a Tesla is consumed, or let's say that the IM6, for example, very good example. You guys know. The crazy part is that the IM6 consume around 240 watt-hour per kilometer in the 90 test, and this Model Y consume around 220 only in the 120 test. Roads, you know, it's just crazy. The Model Y consumes less than IM6. So, in a way, whoa, that was police. In a way, if the IM6 consumes 50% more, then it basically means that this car, if the Model Y is charging at 250 kilowatts, right? It is as if the IM6 is charging at 400 kilowatts. And then when we are still getting 150 kilowatt or so, that's actually 225 kilowatt on the IM6. But yeah, I measured the Maybach recently. It was just super quiet there. But I measured it in the back, slight in the back there, because I read that they tried to make the back as quiet as possible. Performance quieter. Yeah, well, that's what I also measured. At least my tests are super consistent. I drive on the same exact stretch, even on the same lane, just to be consistent. And of course check for GPS speed and so on. And I found it to be quieter, despite that it has bigger wheels.